beautiful people. Good morning. It's Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Srtv. It's a virtual live from Srtv studio here in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. And on this Wake Up Nigeria, you know how we do it. We talk about the major happenings in the country and the things that bother the people. We try to prefer solutions on how to put a stop to all the things that happen in the country. Unfortunately, most times, when you talk about things happening in the country, it turns out to be a lot of negativity, which is not supposed to be for a country as big as Nigeria. But what do we have to do? We don't have to give up because it's our country. We keep being positive. We keep trying to see how to better the country. And on this show, I have a guest. I'll be having a guest with me on the show. I'll be giving us the highlights on what they think is happening on the country. I'll be telling us more of the things they think should be done to put a stop to most of the things happening in the country. And we also have our papers today, and let's see what's topping the headlines. As you all know, protest actually been one of the major things happening in the country. Aside the hike in the price of foodstuff that is increasing every day as you go to the market, you see that things are getting worse. Aside fuel, hike in the price of oil, we still have protests that has been one of the major topic on the net. And although some people are actually frowning at the protest, while some people are also in support of it. But what do you have to say? What's your thoughts on the protest? You can actually leave us with your comment. Let's get to know your thoughts about the protest. And for those that are actually saying say no to protest, that's another thing also that has been on net. To see some group of women coming out to say no to protest. Like, although some people come out and tell you why they feel the protest is good, even though it's peaceful. But sometimes going to the net, you see some protest that has happened that took the life of people. You see some protests that led to destruction of properties, destruction of lives, and all of that. So, but for the youth, they said it's going to be a peaceful protest. And you see this group of people coming out. You see the images of this group of people coming out to tell you, no, say no to protest. They don't want protest. That we should give our president time. We should give the federal government time. Let's give them a little time that they'll do better, that they meant well or they mean well for the country. That is why I said we still have to look into our dailies, the papers, and let's see what we have there. Let's see what's stopping the headline of our dailies today. But first of all, with the situation of the country, I think the protest should hold. Why? Because even the 70,000 naira minimum wage that they talked about, or that is being signed, that will be the money that they will pay us. The present Nigerian, I will tell you that 70,000 naira is a no-no. I know what I'm saying. Do you know you can't actually stock your house with 70,000 naira? So let's talk about people that have families. Let's talk about people that have families. You know that if it was before, you can even say with 50,000 naira, you can stock your home and you feel good, you feel comfortable. But right now, with 70,000 naira, you can't stock your home. What about house rent? Let's not even go there. What about transportation? You go to work, right? Even if you're not the type that go to work every day, let's say you're this type that have skills, when people call you for work, you pay transport to the place. So transport is another thing that is telling on the people. Transportation is another problem. It is one thing, and you go to some houses, if they tell you the money they pay, they tell you rent, you be asking what kind of, like, in this kind of place, some apartments they are not even representing. I know what I'm saying. Some they are not even good looking. But the kind of money that this Abuja landlord plays on rent is uncalled for. Like, it's nothing to write home about. They'll tell you because things are expensive. Yeah, it's not as much as things are expensive. The way they just hike the price in house rent is something else. So what I'm saying is I'm appealing to the federal government. In a situation whereby you could reduce the price of oil. I feel like everything happened from the day that we had increase in the price of oil. Because if the price of oil will be reduced, we won't be passing through all this. We won't be seeing all this that is happening right now in the country. Since they hike the price of oil, when you go to the market, you see how expensive food stuff is. They'll tell you that they pay transport from the market, from wherever they purchase the food stuff to their selling points. You understand? So, in as much as they have been pleading to kind of be patient with the federal government, we should give them some time. A lot of positive change will come up. The mentor for the country. People are dying. People are dying. This results to the poor masses stealing as small as a cup of gari in the market. And you see the action. You should know that in as much as they say be patient, if you steal in the market today, nobody wants to spare you. Nobody wants to understand that it's because things are expensive. Because this is not what they want to tell you. The way they will paint it is that you stole and you stole. So the thing is, in as much as we are trying to be patient, which I feel like we've been patient enough, the federal government should also be the haste to change the situation of the country. Because for the fact that they are coming up to say no to protest is not really what will put a stop to the problem. Okay, let's see the image of the say no to protest that is going online, and you can see the group of women coming out to say they don't want the protest, they are not in support of the protest. It's fine, it's fine. Even though you see online people saying that maybe because they've bribed them, they've given them money, that's why they're coming up with such fallacy, with such story. The thing is, at the end of the day, I'll still say what I have to say. I believe people are mothers. I believe people understand what is going on in the country better, because it all boils down to the fact that anything they do today, it all boils down to the fact that it is still the poor masses that tend to suffer. The poor masses tend to suffer for everything. That is just it. In terms of insecurity, the poor masses suffer for it. In terms of expensive nature of things in the country, it is still the poor masses that suffer for it. And that is why it is them that are actually pleading and coming out to say they want to go for a protest. But if that time to the federal government to put a stop to a lot of things that happen in the country. So what I'm trying to say in essence is, why not whatever money the heads they've given to them, that they paid to them to put a stop to the say no to no protest in different states. This is just picture of Edo State, this is just picture of Borno State. Even Abuja has theirs as well. Almost all the state, Lagos coming out to say no protest. So it looks as if we've not suffered enough. Some people see it as if we've not suffered enough. But I know fully well that a lot of people are going through a whole lot. They are going through a whole lot in the country. People are suffering, and I don't know which other way to express it again, that people are suffering. I don't know which other way to say it for people to see and understand that people are suffering. People cannot even fend for themselves. If it was like before in those days, they'll tell you that people with plenty children find it difficult to feed because they've got plenty children. Right now, even individual, you on your own, it's even a difficult thing to feed yourself right now in the country. It's no longer those period where you say because we are 5 in number, we're 6 in number. No, it's even difficult for just a person, for just individual to feed themselves. Just like I said, I will be having a guest on this show today that will be telling us more on what they think about the happenings in this country, because it's not funny, it's getting worse. People are dying. Like you can imagine a situation where people are actually losing their life because of hunger. It's not even about the stealing part. Hunger is actually telling on people. Hunger is making people to just kill themselves. Not everybody can actually survive this period. It's not everybody that can stand pain. In as much as I say, let's be positive, let's work towards the betterment of the country. Not everybody can actually stand this pain. Not everybody can actually stand this atrocities happening in the country. And our government coming out to tell us, let's be patient, things are going to be better in the country. That's not it. That is not it. I feel like at the end of the day, let's put in the work. If you say people should not do this, what is the thing you are doing to stop this particular situation? Yes, people should not protest. So, but what are you doing to stop this particular situation in the country? Anytime people complain about certain situation in the country, you won't see any change. You won't see them trying to put a stop to it. It's the same thing. So that at the end of the day, now the youth actually coming up, the youth actually standing up to say, okay, we don't want this, we want a better Nigeria. Because in as much as some people are traveling, some people are leaving the country, everybody cannot leave the country at the same time. Not even everybody have the money to even jackpot. They say yes, jackpot, yes. But is it everybody that won't have that money, that won't have that funds to say, okay, we want to leave the country? Jackpot, is it one naira? It's not when you can feed, you talk about leaving the country. This is when you can actually feed, when you can actually feed properly. You talk about, okay, I want to leave the country because I can actually feed properly. It is not one naira that you use in living in Nigeria. It is not 1 naira, it is not 2 naira. So we're talking about people that are in the country. How can they survive? How can they live and be comfortable? Because we cannot actually say we are in Nigeria, a country whereby it is only the rich people that can live. You see a big man with so many security force going out with them, right, protecting them, in as much as we know that God is even the protector of human life. But let's talk about the situation of Nigeria and their politicians, Nigeria and their leader, the way they go, you understand, end of the day, moving, and you see these security forces guiding them. They're supposed to put this, and they're not putting this energy on the masses, on the protection of the lives of the masses. Okay, let me bring in my guests. I think I have my guest already. Let me bring in my guest from Joe. Good, Mr. Joe, can you hear me? Good morning. Hello? I don't,
Yeah, good morning. I
can
can
you hear
hear
me?
you, my dear.
Okay. How are you
Yes,
doing
yes, I can hear
today?
you.
How are you doing this morning? Mr. Joe, I think your network is really, really
Very
bad.
dull,
I know
but
it's raining this morning. Is it that the
I
rain
think
affected
it's
your
it's better
network?
now. I can hear you a bit.
Yeah, I can hear you as well. Just that your voice and your your visual is not really stable. Okay, so did it rain in your area this morning? Let me know why the network disruption. Hello, Mr. Joe, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I said, did it rain in your area this morning? Let me know why the network disruption. If it rained, okay. Network. Uh, Mr. Joe network is bad. So that is what you see. Nigeria, when it rains, you see a lot of people suffering from one network issue or the other. Like it's just sometimes you just when I see that I say, what is that thing that we find easy? We find easy in the country. Okay, this thing is simple. We can easily do this thing without too much problem, without too much issues. Quite alright, not in Nigeria. Like okay, like there's one story on the punch. I think I have to go. Let's see the punch. I want to see some headlines in the punch. I was saying that Tinubu meant well for the country. We should give him some time. It's really funny and sad at the same time because give him some time for somebody that has stayed in the office for more than a year. So is it for him to finish the first 10 of first? Like, do we have to suffer for him to finish the first 10 of first? Then maybe after the first 10 or after the 4 years, then we should now be hopeful for a positive 10 for the second 10. Because I really don't understand the time they're talking about. Because when you talk about time, it looks as if the person just came into the power just 2 months, 3 months, and people are complaining, people are actually angry, and people want to go on the protest. Like it has been ongoing. At first started with the fuel, and the next thing, food is expensive, but the fact that food is expensive, it didn't just stop there. When you go to the market, it is not the price, it is not the amount you buy something today that you buy the same thing tomorrow. That same thing is increasing. And we are now having that this nature of always knowing, always believing that that things are always going high. You understand? It's not the amount you buy things today, the market, it's not that same amount you buy things tomorrow. Like, is that the kind of country we find ourselves? When we are still receiving the same salary, the salary didn't change. So you can imagine how painful it is. And you know that every country actually have their own issues. They have one issues or the other. It's not like Nigeria is the worst country in the world. Yes, everybody have their own issues. It's just like a very, very difficult stage for different people in different country. But it looks as if Nigeria one is like the order of the day. Nigeria one is something that I would say that it's shameful to talk about the situation of Nigeria. It's so shameful because when these people want to do things for themselves, that is when you know that there's money. That is when you know that there's funds. But when they want to actually tackle the problem of the country, they tell you to be patient. They tell you to stay calm because you can't tell me that these people that are coming out to say no to protest, if they aren't gain anything, they won't come up with all those kind of images. They won't come up to say they want to stop the protest. So it is that painful because we actually don't do things as one. There's these people this side saying this should happen. It is these other people the other side saying this should happen. I feel like if we can stop tribalism, if we can stop this whole religion and hatred we have for one another, like, and to work together. Because you can imagine that the same citizens that want to go out for protest actually have that same citizen trying to stop them. Protesters are fighting protesters, and now our leaders actually sitting one place looking at the drama. So tell me if this is not painful, and tell me if this is not shameful at the same time. Like, it's so painful. Like, sometimes I feel like, how can I actually come out here every day to talk about Nigerian problems? No development, no good things happening. It's just one problem or the other. Like, it's actually so painful. I actually want to see the Punch paper. Let's see what the Punch has for us this morning. And the big story on the Punch, we have hardship protest. Security agencies begins massive soldiers police deployment, and we have the rider says NPF places operatives on red alert. NCOs fortifies custodial centers. NSCDC deploys 30,000 personnel, and you can find all the story on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. And we also have a story here that says Tinubu means well. Let's give him time to rescue Nigeria. And this coming from Tunji Ojo. And we also have a story that says the NIN linkage, NCC order SIM restoration as angry subscribers protest. And that's on page 70 of the Punch newspaper. Here we also have a story that says Kayemo direct suspension of NAMA's 800% charge hike. And that story is on page 69 of the Punch newspaper. We also have a story that says Labour excited as Tinubu signed 70,000 naira minimum wage bill. And that's 13 of the Punch newspaper. Here we also have a story that says President orders Naira quick sale. Marketers project price crash. And that's on page 69 of the Punch newspaper. We also have a story that says PSC invites 10,000 naira new constable for training on August, and that's on page 20. We have a story that says 32 arrested for attacking federal government inspection team. We also have a story that says Abuja politician fueling banditry, says Benue governor, and that's on page 8 and 9 of the Punch newspaper. We also have a story that says Zenith Bank to raise 290 billion naira fresh capital on page 71. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Punch newspaper. Punch newspaper is really, really giving me I don't know. I wish the people will tell you Punch. I don't like Punch anymore. They are not really telling us what to want to see. Talking about the hardship protest, it's everywhere. It's everywhere on the media. It's no news that protest is one thing that's actually the order of the day. People talking about protest, and the federal government coming out to tell us protest is actually not the way out. We should hold on as regards the protest issues. Okay, and me, I'm saying to the federal government, do the needful so that people will not be coming out to say they want to protest. It's really not a good thing. Protest is not a good thing, like that the masses are coming out to say they want to protest during your own reign. I feel like if I am the president, I will do everything possible to make sure that during my time as the president, nobody comes out to say I want to protest. Because if you're coming out to say I want to protest, it means I'm not doing well. Now you can see different states. I said that different states has say no to protest. You can see different states coming out to say no to protest. Actually not in support of it. They don't want the protest. But this is Nigeria. That's saying that says this is Nigeria, where funny things happen, where you see a lot of dramas. Yes, we are in a country where a lot of dramas take place. People do things because of money. People do things for their selfish gain, and it is because people do things for their selfish gain. That is why we are where we are today. That is why you see us in the situation we are today in the country. Because if you say you want to stop protest, that energy you are putting right now to say, I want to use it to stop the protest, why can't you use that same energy to better the situation of the country? Yes, I think I was speaking to one of my friends yesterday that was saying that the kind of money that they will give to these people that are actually coming out to say they want to start the protest. I said, this is shared wickedness. Because if people have the funds to put into the say no to protest stuff, why not use it to actually better the country? Even the people that actually owns company in the country, they are living. Business owners, they are living. And this is actually rendering our Nigerians jobless, making them jobless, no job, and all of that. Because tell me why crime rates will not increase if there's no job. If there is job, you are so focused on your job, you actually don't have time for negativities, right? But when you're not working, what do you expect? You're not working, and because you're not working, a lot of negative things comes to your mind. You just want to survive. You just want to do something that will make you to actually survive. Okay, I think there's the comment here says kudos to this great organization for the success of the Nigerian Week London 2024. Yes, Nigerian Week London was actually a success. Congratulations to everyone that made it possible to be there. Congratulations. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow that you will be on the show to tell us more about the happenings, things that happen in Nigeria Week London. So we get to know. Congratulations to all the awardees. For those that recognize, we say big congratulations to you. Okay, let me bring in my guests. Good morning, Mr. Ikechukwu. How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm finding Miss Rose, Mary
So now,
Rose, I guess. Yeah, good morning. How
Mary
you doing?
Bad, not Rose. I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. Are you? How's the show
I'm
going
good.
over
I'm
there?
good. Yeah, it's going
Oh,
well.
okay.
It actually rained today. Like the rain disturbed me. Even on my way coming to work, it was still raining. But you know now we are Nigerians. You have to be strong. So I have to come to work like that. I actually don't care about the
Yes,
rain. Yes, I still have to come.
it's,
So I've been talking
well,
about the whole protest. You can see that the youth are actually coming out to say they want to go on a protest, right? And some people are coming out to say no to protest. They want to stop them. They don't want the protest to take place. So let's know, what's your take. What do you think about your protest stuff? Do you really think it's a good idea from the youth initiative that they want to go on a protest, or do you think it's not something they should think about at all? What can you say about it?
well, actually, to me, I feel it's a good one. It's a good idea because of the rate of hardship in the country. But one other thing I see is just that in this part of the world, we are not really unlike what happened in the last protest we had, the answers protest. You could see the way some people, some politicians actually used some set of people to hijack it, started causing damages.
That's what I'm
So
saying now.
a
Did
lot
you
of
did
people
you
came
see
in.
women? Let me say women in particular. Mr. Ikechu, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mr. Ikechu? Did you see the images
I
of,
can
let
hear
me
you.
say, women, my gender in particular, that are coming out to say no to protest from different states? Like these are women, these are
I
mothers. Yeah, that are saying that they are not in
I
support of the
feel
protest.
I feel those ones are politically motivated. You understand? Just to the main aim of this protest. Because I see no reason why a mother in this present condition will come out and say they will protest. I feel that they are just some set of people that has been paid, given strength to come out just to demoralize every other people that has good intent for this. So I don't feel that's going to stop our main motive of the protest. So that is what I think.
But these one that are
But
fighting that the protest should not hold. Do you think this protest will hold as it's going like
that
this?
I think that is that is a minority fraction of
Okay.
the mind of the general minority. It's a minority fraction of the general population of Nigeria. In Nigeria, we have over 200 million people, so I don't think just a little few people from here and there will not just come and say no, they don't want it. It's not possible. It's not going to work. The only people that can even hinder this movement now is, to me, is maybe the military and the paramilitary, the police and army, are the people that can come and make it a bit difficult. But the people's mind has already been made up because of the current situation of things. The hardship is really much, stuff and every other thing, the inflation here and there. So I think it's a good move on the part of the citizens, provided they have one mind and united. Because in this part of the world, most of the times religion will start to come in play, tribalism and ethnicity. You see, these other people will say, during your brother's time, we you try during your brother's time, we were not there to when we came up with our own idea. You said we wanted to put him down. Now it's our own turn. So how come you now come and say it's not going to be? So I think that's where we are. We might likely get it all wrong. People from this region will now come and say, no, this is not possible. It's our brother. These other people will say we are not inclusive in this governance, so it's none of our business. So you should understand what I mean by that. But if we really know what we want, and if we really made up our mind to get it right, I believe this might likely go 50 to 70% on the long run. So for now, I think that's my take. Provided there is a
Okay.
good
Now,
lead.
you can see. Okay, before you join the show, I was actually reading
Mm.
the Punch newspaper that was saying that we should give more time to the president. You understand? So I was
Yeah.
like, I really don't understand what they mean by more time, because I know that the president actually stayed for more than a year. You understand? As the president of the country. So I really, don't know- I really. Okay, Mr. Aikachu, can you stay? Okay, listen, be stable. Okay, this is better. Can you just say like that? Because you have been
Yes, yes,
shaking. Okay,
yes,
yeah.
please.
So talking about they say that we should give the president more time. The federal government is saying we should give the president more time. You understand? That they meant well for the country. They've got good plans for the country. What's your take on that? Do you really think they really have good plans for the country? Do you think we as Nigerians are not being patient enough? What can you say about that?
We've been patient enough now. I think it's over 1 year now. 1 year and 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. So what other time does he want? All they need here is just to implement the
Can
necessary
you speak?
policies.
Can you speak out loud,
I
Mr. Philip? Can you
said,
speak out loud? Your voice
I
is not
said, all
loud enough. I
all
can't
the,
hear you.
all they need here now is to implement the necessary policies to make the economy move. Do you understand? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
don't
I
I
can
don't
hear
think
you right.
they really need any much more time here. Just bring in the technocrats, the people that understand the basics of how these things work. Then you engage them, let them go to work, implement the necessary policies. The necessary policies, I mean, what time do we need? Every now and then, give us time, give us time, give us time. And things are getting worse. Inflation is here, the prices of foodstuffs are high, petroleum is high, dollar rate is, exorbitant and all of that. So I don't know. For how many centuries, every now and then, give us time, give us time, give us time. And things are getting worse. Damages are being done. The crime rate is very high in the society now. When you wake up on your bed, what you be hearing is just bad news here and there. You can't wake up one morning and hear that, okay, maybe the price of this has gone down. This thing is, there's a positive direction towards this or that. So, I don't, we just have a problem in this country. So I feel it's just a general thing for us to just come to a round table and know what we want for ourselves. Do we want to move
I
it
was
forward
actually
or
saying,
back?
I was actually saying
You
this
know?
before you came in. You were not even in the show when I was saying this thing. They are saying give us time. Now it's not looking as if uh we the citizens are not being patient enough. Then I'm asking, give us time. Does it mean we should wait for him to finish the first tenure after the
For how,
4 years?
for how
We'll come
long?
back for the second tenure to better the country, because what I'm not seeing any improvements.
For
Even
how long?
the level of insecurity is another thing, is alarming. So which other time are they talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. For how long are we going to keep waiting? It's over a year now, going to 2 years. So how long? For how long should we continue waiting? Because since he came in, I've not really seen any much changes. Much has not been implemented after the more of the fuel subsidy. Things been has been just up. So I don't think there's anything like giving them more time. They should start executing what is necessary for them to cushion the side effects of this inflation. These things are very easy. They are very easy. It's just that most our politicians and our leaders don't just have that mind and that passion or zeal to make it right for us. The people that are in charge of this economy, the monopolies, the capitalists are just They are the ones making it like this for us, because many a times it's them that it's favoring. So with the citizenry, the best thing is just for us to take the bull by the horn by taking the right steps, which I believe is what we are about doing. Just come out there, protest peacefully, and try come up with your template. Or okay, look at what and what and what and what. This is how. If it's only 5 things you want, or if it's only 10 or 20 or whatever, if it's only three, okay, look at our main aim of this, of coming out for this protest, and be organized. Have somebody to lead every department or section. That look at what we want. This is our 5-point agenda. Maybe security, food, and electricity, good road network, transparency, and all of this. Just come up with whatever it is you feel is not right, and you move. Let there be one voice all over. We don't need distractions. Eliminate tribalism, religion, ethnicity, and whatever. Let it be one common cause. I feel with that over.
Because at the end of the day, when we talk about hardship, the hardship is not centered on one tribe. You understand?
Yes.
Now all the tribes need to suffer for it. But whenever we want to vote for people, that's when we begin to consider tribe and religion. But it does not boil down to the fact that when things want to get difficult in the country, it affects everybody. You understand?
Yes.
So I feel like there's something actress and Destiny Etiko said yesterday. It looks as if we have not suffered enough. You understand? Because these people, you should know that in as much as things are difficult in the country, there are still people that are living fine. I hope you know. There are still people that are doing well. Financially, they are not suffering. They feel well. So the poor masses, you understand, actually understands better the situation of the country. And instead of them to actually think better, think in a positive way on how to better the country, they still don't see it in this part. I know what I'm saying, and that's part of it. You now want to put your life on palliatives. You say you want to share rice, now you say people that want to collect rice, people that want to collect maize, people that want to collect things just for them to survive. How can this thing eradicate poverty? You want to keep collecting from the government instead of making your own money. They are not thinking towards that direction. That is why it's painful. That is why I'm feeling bad about it. I don't know if you get my point. Do you want to stay in the country? Do you want to stay in a country whereby you just want to keep collecting from the leaders?
Yeah, you
understand that. You understand that if you are doing well financially, if you are wealthy, you won't be looking at those people. You understand? You won't be looking at what you want to expect from them. So it means if you are doing well, you will not be under them for them to be giving you. I don't know if you understand.
Be much more
so I would like to actually change the mindset, the perception of always wanting to give to Nigerians, to the perception of they wanting to establish the country. You understand? Develop the country so that these people will be doing well. Because if they're trying to tell me that they meant well for the country, you cannot stand up to them and tell me that after all the drama, after all the talk for a couple of weeks and months, they are coming out to say that 70,000 naira will be the minimum wage. Tell me, you are a Nigerian. Do you think? Let me throw this question to you, besides I actually want to go into the Vanguard paper, but let me throw this question to you before we look into that paper. Do you think because I analyzed it at first, do you think 70,000 naira can actually do anything for let me not even talk about family people, even you as a single? Do you think 70,000 naira can stock your house and actually help you for the rest of the month?
No. 70,000 naira cannot go anywhere. For me, what I feel is it should be minimum is 250,000 or even 300,000.
Because it's even big. When I actually asked this question on my social media space, and I was like, how much do people think should be the wage? But the thing is, I could see that majority they're talking about 150,000 naira. And I was even saying, okay, let's see if 100,000 naira we go. naira. Don't talk of the 150, and you are even talking about 250,000 naira. I know what I'm saying. If you see the way house rent is increasing day by day, if you see how we are facing increments in house rent, then you understand. Okay, just so that Mr. Ikechu, let me take the Vanguard, and I'll come back to you. Let me take the Vanguard paper. Let's see what the story on the Vanguard. Let's see the story on the Vanguard. Okay, the big story on the Vanguard, as we have this morning, says hardship. Nigerians have right to peaceful protest, and this coming from presidency. And the writer says, as pro government rallies rock Nigeria, federal government bids to placate youth to avert protests. IGP summons Adegboruwa, right to peaceful protest, pillar of democratic governance. 36 CSOs, no going back on Eagle Square usage. Protest campaign tackles Wike. Federal government directs varsity VCs to secure staff, students, property. NBA urges dialogue, warns against anarchy. Losers in 2023 pose behind planned protests. And this coming from Akpabio. Wike mobilizes stakeholders against protests in Abuja. Don't turn southwest to theater of war. Hardship will soon give way. And this coming from Southwest APC leaders. APC to organize council rallies, saying now election. Losers toppled Tinubu. Tinubu signed 70,000 naira minimum wage bill into law. And all the stories are on page 2. Okay, you can find all the stories on page 40 of the Vanguard and page 5 also. We also have a story that says barring of phone lines heightens tensions amid protest scar. And as the writer says, NCC orders immediate reactivation of blocked lines on page 9. Gunmen abduct monarch son. 5 others kill custom officer in Sokoto and Kebbi State. And you can find the story on page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper. We also have a story that says Tinubu directs NPCL to sell crude to Dangote, orders in Naira, and that's on page 8. We also have a story that says Zenith Bank sets to raise 290 billion naira capital through right issues, public offer, on page 20. We also have a story that says it's time to deal with criminality, restore peace in Northwest, and it's coming from Governor Sani. We also have a story that says hardship, Igboho moves against nationwide protest, and that story is on page 7. We also have a story from the sport decks on the Vanguard. The Tigress upsets Australia in Paris Olympic basketball, and that's on page 46 of the sports decks on the Vanguard. These are all the stories we have this morning on the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, let me add Mr. Ikechukwu back on stream. Okay, even the Vanguard is still about hardship. Mr. Ikechukwu, are you there? I think he's having network issues. Okay, I'll add you back when your network is stable. Even the Vanguard, she's actually talking about the hardship. So the hardship is actually everywhere. Actually, you know that is what is going to top most of our headlines today. As painful as it is, as sad as it is what it is. So, talking about the lines, like it's no news that NTN line, I think 2 to 3 days ago, it was just the whole blockage of SIM blockage, and people that have registered with NIA, they're telling them to go and register again. Like, this country is funny. It's funny because I really don't know why you say people should go and register with their NIN on their SIM card, and you are still using that same NIN to register other people, bringing complications, causing complications. Is it everything that is that is leading to crime that you find ourselves or we find ourselves doing in the country. At the end of the day, we blame the whole Yahoo boys and all of that. But if we don't give room to these people to operate, we give room for all of this. Honestly, like we actually allow so many things to happen in the country because we want to get money, we want to collect money. But it's so painful because the money is never enough. Because how long will you keep collecting money? How long will you keep collecting this one naira? Like they blocked the OC, man. People were coming with the mindset that it was because of the protest, to stop the protest. Mr. H, are you there? Can you hear me? To stop the
Yeah, I can hear
protest.
you
Although
now.
we are not using MTN. We are using. Are you making use of MTN line? Do you know about the blockage of
I'm
SIM
using
card?
MTN now.
All the MTN lines.
Yeah. That's even what I'm.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that in as much
Yeah,
as people say it's because of the protest, they try to block the lines because of the protest to distract the people. But at the end of the day, I'm
yeah.
seeing
It's very
this
possible.
thing from a different perspective. You understand? I have a different perspective of all these things that is happening. What I'm saying in essence is, you know that they'll tell you to link your NIN to your SIM card. You understand? Then how
Yeah.
comes these same people that register the SIM card, they will still use that same NIN to register another person that don't even know you. You don't even know what the person is going to do with the SIM card. Funny enough, it will be your
Yeah.
NIN that is there. So now when they begin to see matching of two one person on two different SIM cards, you understand? Same NIN on different people with different identity. You understand? That is not relating to the NIN. Now you see where the problem comes in, right? Then you begin to see the complications. You begin to see disconnection on the SIM. Now, what I'm saying is, do you think we have to start blaming the federal government also on this one? Don't you think it all boils down to the fact that even we as citizens, we are actually not playing a good role as citizens of this country? Because it is me and you understand, that tends to do this kind of thing, that violate this law. Yes, I understand that the federal government order that they should step up the NIN in order to reduce the crime rates in the country, right? To reduce fraud in the country. But it is the same me and you that we use same NIN on different people. And that is how you see, you know, we have registered SIM, already registered SIM. So how do you think this registered SIM comes to play? A SIM card that you did not register with your NIN, you go to the market, purchase it. You know that these registered SIM, they are also more expensive compared to the normal one that you buy and say, okay, I buy the SIM card, I purchase the SIM card in the market. Okay, I want to go register it myself. Do you have an idea? I'm asking, okay, Mr. Akecho, I'm trying this question to you. Do you have an idea that there's already
I,
registered in the market?
yes, I have an idea now. It's more or less like an agency business now. So they're catching a
So
lot of money
we're
from
actually
that
not,
now.
we're actually not,
And it's most of these
we're actually not
criminals that are
helping issues
misuse
at
of them.
all.
Those guys that are into advanced fraud, Yahoo boys. Most of the times they're the ones that make use of them.
There's also this story on the Vanguard that says gunmen abduct monarch's son, 5 others kill custom officer in Sokoto, Kebbi State. Now you can see how painful this is because we are talking about protests. We are talking about level of hardship in the country. We still don't see the level of insecurity, the high level of insecurity in the country. We cannot get used to these killings. We cannot get used to this insecurity in Nigeria. There are some things they'll tell you that you can adapt to. Not insecurity. We can adapt to it. This is the one that I'm always coming here to beg. The federal government should do something. It is too much. It is too much. And people, they call for ransom, and the ransom will not even stop the killing. The ransom will not even stop people losing their lives. How can we be in a country whereby our lives are not protected? Now, these people can actually go to anywhere they want at any point, at any given time. Even people in the IDPs, they are not safe. People in the IDPs, they're already suffering from hardship. They want a life for themselves. And you still go there to adopt it. For who to pay? That is the problem. For who to pay? I really don't know. Like when you look into this sector, it is not even better. I'm still saying that apart from the entertainment, apart from the fashion, I cannot really point my hands that this is another sector that is working in Nigeria. And this is what I call now. There are sectors that only individuals, you understand, be able to uplift themselves on it, not through the help of the government. So the ones that the government are leading, the ones that have been led by the government, what have they been doing? It's like a challenge. It's a challenge. And you're coming out to say, give us more time, making it look like the people are not being considerate. The political sector needs a total revamp. Like the electoral process needs a total revamp. Sometimes I feel like, what are the governors even doing on their own? What role are they playing? And they want to come up to tell you because the local government now have their own autonomy. Now you see the way they are taking the election so serious. Is it just all about what people will gain? What about the people in the country? What about the masses? People are suffering. Not even everyone has opportunity to lay their hand on good water. People that are not even begging you for you to feed them, they can't now, okay, that now survive through what they farm, through the products that they farm. You understand? They can't even lay their hands on their own farm. Now you can see how painful this is. You can see how annoying and heartbreaking this is. Like, I really don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm being positive that things will change in the country. But are you even seeing the positivity? Now you can see the story on the Vanguard. You can see the headlines. We read these headlines and you can say, okay, now there's this story that says it's time to deal with criminality, restore peace in Northwest. The same one that killings has been going. Nobody is safe. The East as well is not safe. One of those days where you say people are scared of traveling in the night. People can't go on night journey. No, we are not in that kind of situation right now. Even in the afternoon, it's not safe. We are in a situation whereby we say it's just God that protects. Like it's just like if you travel and come back safely, come back to your home, you are lucky. Because you can't even tell the next thing that will happen. It looks like maybe the best thing is just for people to stay inside the house. You can't even stay inside the house because if you stay inside the house, how can you feed? Where going out is the problem. Going out, it's a risk on its own. It's that risky. Then sometimes I sit back and I look at myself. I picture the situation of the country and I say, how can we have same group of leaders with the same mentality, with the same mindset of I don't care? Like the nonchalant nature in them is something is nothing to write home about. Like how can we have the same mindset, the same way of doing things? Like they really don't care. I'm even surprised I even say something about this protest because I know that people won't talk about it. They won't even say anything about it. You come every day, you come out and hear one story or the other. You come out and hear one problem or the other. Like it's really not funny. It's not funny at all. If they can reduce the price of fuel, I'm still saying it. If they can reduce the price of fuel, they can reduce the price of fuel. If they can reduce the price of fuel, I know what I'm saying, then the price of food stuff will automatically go down. It will. Because it looks as if fighting insecurity is now difficult. Then they should look for how to better one particular part so that the rest can actually pave way for the rest to be good. Because I know fully well that in Nigeria, when things go up, it's difficult for you to see them coming down. That's our normal nature in Nigeria. That's the normal way we do things. When things are high, it's difficult to see these things coming down. But at the end of the day, it's painful in the part that, in the sense that you go to the market, same stories. It's even increasing. Everything, nothing is cheap. And we blame it all on the fuel. So are we going to keep sitting down, blaming these things on the fuel, blaming these things on the fact that we don't produce things in the country? Is that what we'll keep doing? So what about if we tend to see how we can better the country on another part? It's really painful. We can do better as Nigerians. We can do better. Like I've been talking about the problem of the country. It's sad. It's painful. I want to go on a quick break, and when I come back, I'll continue with the newspaper review. Don't go anywhere, viewers. Stay with us. I'll be right back after this quick break.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than Srtv Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. Srtv goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your Srtv Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 07. Srtv Logistics is here. Are you into a restaurant business? We are here to help you move your goods from one place to another. If you're moving your goods out of the country or within the country, you can come to us. Trust us to handle your deliveries with the utmost care and professionalism, ensuring your items reach their destination safely and on time. Don't settle for anything less. We're part of the global supply chain of helping goods to move from one point of origin to the point of consumption according to the needs of customers. You can contact us with the numbers on the screen or email us at logistic@superiorradioandtelevision.com. Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than Srtv Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. Srtv goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your Srtv Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or 080-7082-7331.
Welcome back, viewers, from that and quick break. We're still on the show, the Wake Up Nigeria. Oh my God, Nigeria, my country. Different tribes, different cultures, different religion. Although the different tribes, different culture, and different religion is what makes us one as a people, you understand? We're all blacks, and we are proud to be blacks. Then let's see how to work on bettering the situation of the country. In as much as we are from different tribes, we are from different religion, we are from different cultures, this is what should make us to be bounded as one Nigeria. This is what should make us to be strong as one Nigeria, to better the country, instead of looking into being tribalistic, instead of looking into this one is not my religion, I can't actually have same love for this person. No. And that is why we are where we are. That is why we keep suffering from the same thing. Nigeria is a big country. We are giants of Africa. So what is happening? How can we actually regain back that name? Not just giant of Africa, just for saying sake. How can we actually acclaim it through our actions? The country is in a total mess right now. And if protest is the peace, so be it. Like, I could actually see some daily saying that we don't need protest, we need dialogue. Okay, let's look into the Daily Times. Let's see what the Daily Times has, what they have to say this morning. It's really funny. The big story on the Daily Times says we need dialogue, not protest, and this coming from the federal government. And that story is on page 2 of the Daily Times newspaper. And yeah, we have a story that says there's likelihood the protest may be hijacked by unscrupulous elements, may turn violent. IGP bows to pressure, orders DIGs, CPs to protect protesters nationwide. and that story is on page 2 of the Daily Times newspaper. Here we have a story that says Tinubu signed new minimum wage bill into law, direct NNPCL to sell crude oil to Dangote refinery in Naira. President's concern for workers demonstrated by his support for new minimum wage, and this is coming from Akpabio. And we also have a story that says federal government plans to digitalize 80% of government activities by 2025. And we also have a story here that says court orders INEC not to release voters register to Kwesig for September 21st local government polls. And military revises condition of services to enhance efficiency, DHQ. We also have prioritized exercising airport infrastructure, economic stimulus to revive aviation sector, and it's coming from experts on page 4. We also have a story here that says CJ Ariwala bows out of Supreme Court, August 22, and these are we have this morning on the Daily Times. Now you can see why I was actually smiling, saying we need dialogue, not protest. Then I really don't understand. I really don't understand. I really don't understand. Like at this point, Nigeria is really. In as much as it is funny, it's painful. It's painful, honestly, because saying that you don't need protest but you need dialogue, you people are just being selfish. I know what I'm saying. You people are just being selfish, and you don't really care about people. If protest is the way out, so be it. I'm still saying what I'm saying. Because people have been calm, people have been silent for a very long time. And what has been happening has been happening. No positive change. I really don't know how much people need to die for people to see that people are dying of hunger. I don't know how much people need to kill themselves again. Or if people really need help. I really don't know. Dialogue from where? From which people? How? When? And how will the dialogue come to play? After all, the process is actually going to be a peaceful one. Nobody says it's all. Now, coming out to say that it might be hijacked by unscrupulous people. That one is political talk. It's political story. That whether you have any political riffs is between yourselves. We are talking about the youth, Nigerians, saying that this is what they want. They want to protest. Even though I saw a story here that actually made me smile, say the IGP actually bows to pressure. They should ensure peace. They should ensure stability. There should be serious security on the protest. Not all these ones coming out to say no protest, no protest. Like story that touches the heart. Honestly, that you don't need protest, you need dialogue. Fine. I don't know where the dialogue is coming from. So it's really funny to me. Let me go through the last paper before I call the show a wrap, and let's see what the Daily Trust has for us this morning. The Daily Trust newspaper says federal government to promoters why you should shelve protests. Offers to sell 50 kilogram rice at 40,000 naira. Ask students to remain on campus. National Assembly convenes emergency sessions tomorrow. EFCC begins probe of sponsors. And you can find the stories on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. We also have a story that says fake approved sale of crude oil to Dangote orders in Naira. And we also have a story that says thousands of dollars flown out of Nigeria every hour. And this comes from Interpol on page 5. Has besieged telecoms offices over bad lines. And that story is on page 8 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Tinubu signs minimum wage bill, and we also have a story that says kidnappers of Sokoto district head, son, brother demand 1 billion naira ransom, and that's on page 26. Zenith Bank set to raise 190 billion naira capital, and we also have a story that says Tinubu means well, let's give him time to rescue Nigeria, and it's coming from Tunji Ojo. Okay, the big story says federal government to promoters why you should share protest. Nigeria. Okay, we've seen what the daily has for us, but one thing that actually made me feel sad right now going through the daily trust is for the fact that look at the amounts that they're actually demanding. That kidnappers of Sokoto district head son brother demand 1 billion naira ransom. You can imagine that when they kidnap these people, the kind of money they call. I'll not be asking myself, will you have this kind of money in this country? In as much as we know that these ones serve, they are even rich. But like, where is the money coming from? How? Oh my God! Like, it's really painful. The federal government should do something. And because insecurity is one thing that cannot be neglected. The level of insecurity in Nigeria should not be neglected because it is getting worse. These people are actually entering into different places, going into different places that they don't even visit before. They now go there, adopt people, and demand for ransom. And they are coming to tell us that Nigeria is secured. They are assuring us security, even in the northwest. Yeah. Tell me the part of Nigeria that is secure right now. Tell me the part of Nigeria that is not suffering from insecurity that you can point out and say, okay, this particular place is better, this particular place, they are not suffering, they are good, they lack nothing. At first, I was actually thinking the western region is even not really suffering from this insecurity in the country, but not anymore. That mindset is actually out of my head right now because you can actually see even in Ogun, you can actually see in different western regions where these people go into their farms and actually kill people. That's why I say, how can we have group of leaders with the same mentality? Oh my God, this is what I've been saying here. Like, same leaders with the same mentality. Same leaders that don't care about its people. They don't have us first in their hearts. So I wonder, what are you putting in there? And that's why I say, we are Nigerians. Different religion, different tribe, different skin color, right? But that is what makes us one Nigeria. This is what makes us one Nigeria. And this is what binds us together as one. So let's come together and work for the betterment of the country. Let's work together to see a positive Nigeria. You can actually see some hospitals that complain about scarcity of medical practitioners there. The few of the medical practitioners we have actually live in the country because do they even pay them well in the country? Let's start from there. Do they even pay them well? Our hospitals lack drugs, unavailability of drugs in the hospital. And we're not even talking about this. That's why I say that if you want to sit down and point out the problem of Nigeria, where are you going to start from? It looks like we are coming here to say the same thing, same problem. We don't even have medical practitioners, medical personnel. The one we have, they are living, they are not even comfortable in the country. The same country whereby our leaders travel out to take good care of themselves whenever they are having health issues. So leaving this country in a mess for who? For me and you. That is why we now have to come together, me and you, to think about how to better the country, because it's not even everybody that can even leave the country. It's not everybody that have the funds to say, I want to sponsor myself to leave the country. So for we that are here, let's be positive citizens. Let's be good citizens. And if this protest is actually still going to hold, let it be a peaceful one. Let's not destroy the little we have for ourselves. Yes, because you cannot tell me you want to go to people's shop, start destroying it. Protesters are destroying their fellow protesters' property. You go and destroy the little things we have for ourselves. These things, they are not provided by the government. The things that the individuals are able to struggle for themselves, to own for themselves, and you go and destroy it. No, it should be peaceful. And we hope that the government will change for better. Even though we are not seeing any positive change, though, let's be hopeful. Okay, viewers, this would be a good place to wrap up the show on the newspaper review on the Wake Up Nigeria. Don't forget to follow us on our social media page. Don't forget to leave us with your thoughts. Let's get to know what you think about Srtv. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about Srtv. Subscribe on our YouTube channel. We're everywhere on the social media space. You want to know our name? We are Srtv on Facebook, Srtv World on Instagram, and Srtv Television on YouTube. Keep watching Srtv. I remain your girl, Mary Balizi. See you tomorrow on the Wake Up Nigeria show. Bye.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than Srtv Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortly apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number